gonna give 5 minutes for some folks to join the podcast. Tune in. After those 5 minutes, I'm get to talk about the schedules, the records, the statistics, and who's leading the award races right now. So 4:35 and rolling. Stay tuned. Alright, fellas, welcome to the 4DaPpl podcast. I'm sick as fuck right now, so that's the reason why I got time today, stay home from work. Um, so what I'll do is I'll go over the standings, go over the stats, go over the war race for right now, and then you know that'll be that. We're gonna discuss schedules. We're gonna discuss who top dog right now, who ain't where they said they was gonna be at, and who at the bottom of the total poll. All right. So first things first, the statistics, the stats of the teams or whatever in the records. First, you got the Eagles on top. Um, this team is really good. You know what I'm saying? Like especially if you actually know ball. Um, I use my team to the best of their abilities, man. The only hole in my ship right now that continues to get patched up is Jalen Hurts. Um, he's definitely the one that needs the most correction of anybody. Um, sometimes my receivers drop passes, sometimes my running backs do whatever, my old line do whatever, but my team starts and falls with Jalen Hurts. Um, got 351 points for, 232 points against. Undefeated record right now. But I'm not satisfied because I still got to win the big one. If I don't win the big one, none of this matters. So yeah, your boy doing some work. Um, Bills reigning the reigning champ. He 8-0 at the moment. Got 346 points for, 107 points against. Um, defense is phenomenal right now. A great user. Definitely knows how to play the game. Um, Again, you have to adjust to his adjustments because there have been birdies saying that my guy be flipping his plays at the line of scrimmage. And it ain't against the rules and nothing like that, but that is something that's, being brought to my attention or whatever the case may be. So just making the league aware, like, if you're gonna play him, just be on your A game because he will flip the whole offense on you and then leave your defense, searching to be in the right position. So shout out to that boy with the Bills, man, and hopefully we meet in the bowl. All right. Then we got the Bears. Um, Bears 8-1 on the season, 288 points for, 179 points against. Um, Defense is pretty much looking phenomenal. Offense, he pretty much, he gets the ball in the end zone. That's all that matters, and he's winning. So literally, that's all that matters. I play him today or sometime around advance. I know I play him this week. So, I haven't really seen too much action from him as far as like, him streaming his games or whatever. I don't got too much intel on him. But the only thing that I can do is play my game and have him adjust. I adjust to his adjustments and we go from there. Um Shoot, it's gonna be a good matchup. He 8-1 on the season, with the Bears. That ain't too easy. Um, and he made a trade for. I don't think he made a trade. I think Devon A. was already on his team once he pulled up to the team. But nevertheless, shout out to the boy with the Bears, man. You doing good work. Then you got the Ravens. Ravens got a great offense, pretty much a balanced team with a great defense. 159 points against, 301 points for. Um, One of the favorites in the AFC North to come out of that, unscathed. I told him before that the Bengals a good user, man. He knows ball. He knows how to play offense. So he's definitely gonna put pressure on him more than he realizes. So it's one of those things where, Ravens safe right now, but All that takes is a bad day, and he'll definitely lose the game. It won't even necessarily be on him; it'll be on the user. Because if they come to play, then shit is up for anybody as far as his opponents. All right, so shout out to the boy Ravens, man, the fourth on the list right now in the NFL standings. And you got the Rams with Ethan. I just played that boy last week, man. It was a good game all the way up until the end. Um, it was a battle going back and forth, offensively, defensively. He get a stop, I get a stop. A classic showdown. But eventually my defense kind of stood up to the moment and pretty much, you know, nipped everything in the bud as far as the passing game in the fourth quarter. The run game was non-existent. Eagles defense was impenetrable as far as the run game goes. So it's one of them things where it's like, Ethan definitely has a good team. He's definitely a good user, but sometimes you got to fight in that fourth quarter, man. That's where shit get real. With this game, that's where shit get real. So, 300 points for, 248 points against, pretty much barn burners based on the statistics with his opponents. It's never a blowout or anything like that. They always come back and strike again. So, uh, shout out to the boy, the Rams, man. Shout out to that boy Ethan, man. Keep doing good work. And you got the Seahawks. Seahawks has won a Super Bowl in this league before. Actually, he went undefeated with the Lions, which was very impressive. Um, has 304 points for, 191 points against. On a four-game winning streak currently. And just doing good work, man. I think he has Jalen Milroe at quarterback right now doing this thing. So, shout out to the Seahawks, man. That boy Keon, keep doing your thing. Ha ha ha. Damn. Guy, easy talking shit to the Rams, man. That's crazy. Next we got Titans, man. Big dog in the chat, man. He be talking greasy sometimes, but he could back it up. We got two losses on the season, one on being to me. I don't know who else he lost to, but nevertheless, his team's young. He's still developing them in a way. Uh, his weakness is pretty much his quarterback, and his DBs they're fast and they can cover. But the thing is, they're not all the way there yet to where they can just completely take wide receivers off the board. They still got to get there. They fast. Don't get me wrong, but you still gotta know how to cover. Once a receiver makes a move, makes a double move, is your DB gonna still be there after that second move? That's the thing with the Titans, man. Got 369 points for, 213 points against. Um, he's making noise this year with the Titans, man. Much respect to the Titans. And you got the Steelers. Boy Marcus, man, definitely barn burners compared to the stats. 257 points for, 250 points against. Um, Definitely another one in that AFC North, man. It's really a battle. And with the new user added on the Browns, it's definitely gonna be a tough division next year. Cause the Browns user, he ain't no bitch. Like I've seen him play in other leagues. He ain't no bitch. He definitely gonna win some games and potentially make a Super Bowl depending on how he works out with the Browns. All right, so nevertheless, the Steelers is a great user. He's making his shit work with barely anybody at quarterback. I don't even think he got a decent quarterback. He just making shit happen. So much respect to the Steelers, man. Shout out to that boy Marcus. Um, and you got the Falcons. Um, he was just added, I believe, this season. Just added, still keeping that record afloat though, because he's played a few guys, and crazy enough, he's won those games. You know what I'm saying? He got, he's getting outscored as far as statistics show, but he's pulling out the win. All right, so
thing is, if he's able to limit guys on the defensive side of the ball to where, his points for outmatches his points against, he may be a threat in the NFC, especially in that division. So he plays good quality football. Shit, he knows the game. If he see an opening, he gonna take it. Sometimes he forces it, but at the same time, most of the time, he gonna put the ball in the end zone. So shout out to that boy Darren, man, with the Falcons. Then you got the Lions. Shout out to the Lions, man, because one of the ones, him and the Titans reminded me that I should be doing this podcast shit more frequently than I do. Um, so it's much appreciated. 5-3 on the season right now. 189 points for and 194 points against. So the defense not really holding up to his offense, but still has a winning record. You know, Nevertheless, still has a winning record. He took a loss last week, so it's gonna hurt him in the standings. However, he still pushes strong. So, yeah. With that being said, we're gonna see how the rest of the season play out, leading up into the playoffs, and then shit, we're gonna go from there. So, shout out to the top 10, teams in the league right now. All right. And then we got, let's see, these in season, no, weekly. All right. We got Josh Allen leading the race right now as far as MVP. We got Panthers with Ty Simpson, the last user cheated league, editing the height and weight of players, so I had to boot him. However, he has Ty Simpson as the MVP of this league, well, in the race for the MVP of this league. Um, I'm gonna do the top five because it's literally could go either way. Taylor Green. I see why I do one of the podcasts to discuss the yearly awards because his quarterback is top three in the MVP race. So if his quarterback win that shit, the league won't hear the end of it. I guarantee you. That chat gonna be booming. Um, and you got Jalen Hurts. Even though I talk my shit about Jalen Hurts, he's fourth in the league right now in the MVP race. He's the top quarterback in the league right now, actually, but he's fourth in the MVP race, and I could honestly say that it's more so because the team is holding him up, rather than him putting up a spectacular performance every game. So there's that. Then you have Drake May. You have Drake May with the Patriots. That user, he actually knows how to play ball. I've been trying to get him in the league for a minute, but this league is kind of glitched out to where it's like when one user leaves and I try to add another user, it tells me that the league is full, which is false because it's still that one spot remaining. Um, Nevertheless, the Pats doing great work with Drake May. Is he gonna win the MVP? I'm not sure. Y'all can comment and tell me who y'all think gonna win the MVP for this year. Shit, I honestly think Dante Thornton needs to be hired because his numbers is ridiculous right now. But nevertheless, we moving forward. We got Coach of the Year, and you already know. Oh man, this man Ethan down bad. This man Ethan down bad, bro. We got shit, nice little race. Got undefeated teams. Well, one loss with the Bears, and you got Brian DeBow, which is well, it shouldn't be. He's supposed to have a creative coach. Hey, Tyus, hit the chat real quick, gang. You supposed to have a creative coach because you've been here since season one. Supposed to have a creative coach, man. Bills too. I already know the Panthers were cheating, so I ain't worried about him. But yeah, man, the Bills you guys gotta have a creative coach. Giants, I mean, Titans, you gotta have a creative coach. So even though I appreciate y'all boys' effort in the league, man, make sure y'all handle that as soon as possible. Make sure that I send a message out in the league just to remind y'all boys, you gotta have a creative coach. Got to, especially if you've been here since season one. You gotta have a creative coach. All right, so I'm gonna start off with the AFC Offensive Player of the Year. Leading the way is Dante Thornton. Oh man, Commanders going stupid. Oh, Dante Thornton Jr. Offensive Player of the Year, leading race. You got Jamar Chase, Josh Allen, Damon Claiborne, and Nico Collins. That's crazy. The Texans really got some shit in the Offensive Player of the Year race. But I do like this to go to Dante Thornton. Unless he gets injured, which I highly doubt, is that he definitely gonna walk away with that one. Because his numbers is untouchable even to Jamar Chase's standards, his numbers are untouchable at the receiver spot. So we definitely gonna see how that goes. Defensive Player of the Year, Will Anderson Jr. leading the way. I'm pretty sure, bruh, like got hella sacks on his docket, man. I gotta check his stats to see for real. Kevin Winston Jr., a dog. I definitely understand why he's in second place. Underrated dog, and Carson Sway Singer. I think that's his name. I don't know, but he is a dog though. Roquan Smith and Tony Adams. Those are the top five defensive player of the year participants. All right, AFC getting hot for sure. They got offensive rookie of the year with Damon Claiborne, Nicholas Singleton, Xavier Thomas, Taylor Green, and Jeremiah Love. Um, I honestly don't know who's gonna walk away with this one. Definitely depends on how the rest of the season gonna end out. Because the rookies gonna either ball or they gonna shit the bed. It definitely depends on how the user maneuvers them. But yeah, nevertheless, it could go either way. Shit, it could be a three-way tie between the same team. Like it'd be these guys, and just to look at Jeremiah Love, Taylor Green, and Xavier Thomas on the same team, like you're like, that's and the Titans been cooking as far as the picks are concerned, but he need to have a creative coach though. Um, got defensive rookie of the year. On the AFC side of the ball, got Kendall Daniels, Arvell Reese, Damani Jackson, David Bailey, Traylon Stoops. All right, so these guys are leading the way as far as the defensive rookie of the year. Like I said before, it can go either way, considering that it's only like what week 10. So shout out to them boys, man. Top five quarterbacks in the AFC got Jalen Allen leading the way currently. Drake May, Joe Burrow, Aaron Rodgers, old ass, wow, and Cade Klubnik. Right, so damn Patrick Mahomes, but that cub bro ain't been playing this game. Like, he ain't been playing his games, but anyway, those are the top five quarterbacks in the league right now as far as the AFC are concerned. You got the best running backs: Nicholas Singleton, Damon Claiborne, Jeremiah Love, Jonathan Taylor, Ashton Genty. For rookies to be leading this way, you could tell these teams have been like real run heavy compared to others. I wouldn't doubt it, considering that these two. I ain't even get to the NFC conference yet. That's why. Like he can very much be top five quarterbacks in that conference, but I ain't get there yet. But anyway, uh, these guys are leading the way as far as best running backs in the AFC. So shout out to these fellas for putting that ball on the ground. Best wide receiver definitely going to Dante Thornton, hands down. Everybody else here is just here for decoration. And Dante Thornton is definitely walking away with that award for shit show. Best O line got Mitchell Fraboni, William Wagner, Julian Ashby, Matt Orzek, and Ross Matisik. I don't know how to say these people's name, man. They all over the place with it. Because how the fuck you get a C and an I and a K? You know what? Don't even matter. Anyway, he's the top five O lineman in the AFC right now. Shout out to them boys. That what it is. If you tossing picks, man, it's hard to crack any best quarterback conversation with the picks involved. Hard to crack any conversation. Best D lineman, oh man, this shit a dog. These are straight dogs. I'm about to name Will Anderson Jr., Greg Rousseau, Harold Landry the third, Daniel Hunter, and Miles Garrett. These are the best D linemen in the AFC right now, and rightfully so. Like all these guys are dogs. Top five are dogs. So we're gonna see how they end up at the end of the year. Um, Titans got one linebacker at the top. Um, shoot, depending on how he's using them, he might walk away with that award. I don't see anything otherwise. Got Terrell Bernard, Roquan Smith, Patrick Queen, and Terrell Dotson with the Dolphins. So shout out to these guys for leading the race in best linebacker for the AFC. Best DV, you got Kevin Winston Jr., Tony Adams, Brian Cook, Cordell Flott, and Antonio Johnson. Um, shit. I guess his DBs really is doing something over there in Tennessee because he got three DBs in the top five race for best DB. So that's very impressive. But you got Brian Cook in there too, so you know he definitely probably putting up some stats over there in Cincinnati for sure. So shout out to the top five in the AFC with DBs. We got the best kicker, Tyler Luke, Zane Gonzalez, Daniel Carson, and Jake Bates. I thought Cam Little would have been up there, but you know, I'm pretty sure you got to be active to do that because that boy could kick. But I'm telling you, shout out to them boys, man. We got to do that. So we're gonna move on to the NFC. Um, got Justin Jefferson leading the way with the Vikings. Um, Travis Hunter, Ty Simpson, Saquon Barkley, Bijan Robinson. Now this is valid. This is valid. I could definitely see Ty Simpson probably gonna drop now that the cheater is gone. Um, he probably gonna drop below a few other guys. You know, Saquon Barkley being at fourth is, you know, it's the right call because I barely used Saquon this year at all. Like it was one time in the beginning of the year, he barely even got carries, getting held to under 35 yards. So it's all good. I expect the player like Justin Jefferson to be at the top, and considering that this Vikings user is pretty decent, shit, he might just walk away with the award, you know, at the end of the year. So shout out to the Vikings, man. Um, for defensive player of the year, we got Devin Lloyd, Derek Hall, Aiden Hutchinson, Tariq Woolen, Montez Sweat. Tariq Woolen is leading the league in interceptions right now. Just want that to be clear to the league. Um, Devin Lloyd most likely going to drop again since you know the last user got removed. So Derek Hall might move into his spot. Aiden Hutchinson gonna move up. Tariq Woolen and Montez Sweat probably gonna move up. So we definitely gonna see some change in the next few weeks with that. Um, Ty Simpson leading the way for Officer Rookie of the Year for NFC. You got KC Concepcion, well deserved. Jeff Caldwell, Le'Veon Moss, Fernando Mendoza. So it's definitely gonna be a tight race for sure. I make sure I get, you know, feed this receiver as much as I can just for him to, you know, get awards like this. Like I said before, Ty Simpson may drop. Caldwell gonna move up, you know, as well as Le'Veon Moss and Fernando Mendoza. So definitely gonna see how that plays out. Defensive Rookie of the Year got Anthony Hill Jr., AJ Halsey, Trey Moore, Lorenzo Styles Jr., Emmanuel McNeil Warren. So these guys are doing good work on the defensive side of the ball. Um, I seen Bears showing a lot of love to Trey Moore, with the edits. So I'm expecting him to actually like pull that dog out of him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Lorenzo Styles, and Cowboys usually all he got to do is develop him the right way. He gonna be a dog. You got to. I don't know if he put him in a box or just have him hovering over the top, but Lorenzo Styles Jr. definitely one of the ones, man. So shout out to them boys. Best quarterback in NFC, you got Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Jared Goff, Tyler Show, Matthew Stafford. Now, if Jalen Hurts plays how I need him to play, you know, throughout the season and in the playoffs, I can very much make it to the bowl, and he can win this award. Now, I most likely have to limit my turnovers, limit my mistakes for him to actually keep this award and keep going, but we gonna see. Caleb Williams up there. The Bears already said that he been turning the ball over with him, so hopefully he limit those turnovers moving forward. And shit, you never know, he might jump ahead of Jalen Hurts at that number one spot. So we gonna see. You got Jared Goff. Um, Darius been trying to play users for a minute, man, but schedules haven't been in sync for him to get a game in to see what his team really like. Hopefully he'll be able to. And then come next season, we lock in. He lock in and do so. Got Tyler Show and Matthew Stafford. So yeah, man. Shout out to them boys leading the way. Um, got Bijan Robinson, Devin A. Chain, Saquon Barkley, Blake Corum, Cam Scatterbo. So yeah, man. These are great running backs here. These are great running back room. Got Bijan Robinson leading the way. I honestly think with how the Falcons uses Bijan, he definitely gonna walk away with that. Because mind you, I barely use Saquon like that because defenses know that I'm running the ball with Saquon Barkley in the backfield. So well, I may or may not, you never know. But still, like they're keying in on that. And Devin A. Chain a dog. If you get in all open space, he gone. You're not catching him. That's the same with a lot of these running backs, but him for sure. Outside of wait a minute, I'm gonna scratch that. Bijan Robinson, Devon A. Chain, Saquon Barkley. If them three get in the open space, they gone. It's a wrap. You might as well pack that shit up. All right. Got best receiver in the NFC. Justin Jefferson leading the way. Travis Hunter, C.D. Lamb, Marvin Harrison Jr., JSN. All right. So I honestly think Justin Jefferson gonna walk away with this one, but the stats may tell a different side of the story. Um, these guys on the outside looking in, but nevertheless, again, we're gonna have to see what the end of the season brings us, man, because some guys can very much drop, and this list could look totally different come the end of the season. So, O lineman, we got Hogan Hatton, Rex Sanahara, uh, Blake Ferguson, and Trent Seed. Well, and Luke Rose. So these guys, holding the fort down, making sure people ain't getting to the quarterback, man, much appreciated. Old linemen don't get enough love as they should. Um, on the D line side of the ball, you got Derek Hall, Aiden Hutchinson, Brian Burns, Montez Sweat, and Dallas Turner. Again, these are dogs, man. Like, oh my God. And mind you, it's dogs on the outside looking in. Oh, I love this shit. I love this shit. I don't know who gonna walk away with it, but whoever walks away with that shit much deserved. Respect. Respect. Um Linebackers, we got Trey Moore leading the way for best linebacker in NFC. Um Devin Lloyd, Zach Bond, Anthony Hill Jr., Fred Warner. Um I gotta look at these stats because I'm pretty sure Zach Bond definitely up there and Devin Lloyd, but they got it ranked like this for a reason. So then in the next few weeks heading into the playoffs, we definitely gonna see this change a little bit, most likely. All right, best DB. I knew it was gonna be Tariq Woolen. He's leading the league, AFC and NFC in interceptions. Him being 6'4" actually helps. Um, and shit, he covers ground pretty well. Like he's 6'4" and he's moving. It'd be one thing if you was 6'4" and slow. He's 6'4" and moving. So, much respect to that boy, Tariq Woolen, man, for sure. You got AJ Terrell at two, Julian Love at three, Cameron Curl at four, AJ Halsey at five. All right. So all these guys are dogs. But I still got Tariq Woolen walking away with that shit. Because as much as guys like to throw the ball in this league, like Tariq Woolen should definitely come away with some more picks heading off into the end of the season. All right. So that's that. Then at kicker, you got Eddie Pinero, Jake Elliott, Dominic Zavada, Brandon Aubrey, and Will Reichert. All right. So it ain't no guarantee on which kicker is gonna walk away with what, considering that, some guys like to go for it on fourth down. But, it could be very much a toss up. All right. So you finish with that. Now we're gonna go down to the player stats. All right. NFL. You got Jalen Hurts, but 28.93 as far as passing yards. Got 188 completions, 253 attempts, 28 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, with 74% pass completion. Very impressive numbers. I still, want him to do more as far as like limiting turnovers. He's able to limit turnovers, he'll be all right. But, mind you, a lot of that be on me. I can't solely fault him. A lot of that shit be on me because I be thinking it's a timing route. The receiver don't be there, but the defender be there. So it really be fucking with me. All right. Nevertheless, we're moving on. Got Joe Burrow, 28.91, 209 completions, 303 attempts, 27 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. Got a 68% pass completion rating. All right. So, he got weapons all around him. He got the weapons. He got the weapons, and they resemble just off of the stats alone. Just like me, if he limits turnovers, shit, the world is his oyster. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely could, do whatever he wants. Especially with the weapons that he have with Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. You know what I'm saying? Like definitely can pass the ball anywhere on the field. So shout out to that boy, Jared, using the Bengals and Joe Burrow. Um, Dak Prescott, same problem, turned the ball over way too much. Got 28-62. He was leading the way as far as passing yards in the league, but I'm guessing barring a few bad games, he dropped to third. Um, 191 completions, 297 attempts, 27 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions with 64% pass completion rate percentage. Um, he has the weapons as well. He got CeeDee Lamb. He got uh Travis Hunter. I forgot what other receivers he has, but they not really getting off the line like those two. Like CeeDee Lamb and Travis Hunter is his bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Cowboys user. You got CJ Stroud. Now, mind you, OG been balling silently with this team, man. He just ain't winning no games. But the thing is, you gotta limit turnovers. You got to limit turnovers. If you're not limiting turnovers, bro, like this would be a totally different, season for you. For real, you got 25, 79, 164 pass completion, 267 attempts, 24 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. Not gonna win like that. Not gonna win like that. Mind you, fellas, I'm only doing top five, so just be aware. All right. So the Rams got Matthew Stafford, 25-14, 163 completions, 239 attempts, got 21 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. So again, you gotta limit the interceptions. If you don't, you're not gonna be playing winning football. Now, mind you, Bills 33 touchdowns, two interceptions, that's where you want to be at. It's just the fact that his passing yards aren't really up there like that because he's playing a different type of football. He's playing a dink and dunk football to where as soon as it's open, he's throwing it, which is smart, which is leads to winning games. But nevertheless, this is about the top five of quarterbacks, so good job, fellas. Good job. Then you have the top five running backs, Devon A-Chain, Blake Corum, Jeremiah Love, Deion Robinson, and Derrick Henry. Um, it's a very tight race. Very, very tight race. But with these five guys, I definitely think that the numbers going to switch up in the next few weeks. Depending, there's a lot of guys, well, not a lot of guys, but there's only one guy that's averaging 100 yards a game, for real. That's Devin A-Chain. So with those numbers, he definitely might walk away with some awards, for sure. Um, like I said, he definitely walking away with some awards as well. You got top five: Dante Thornton Jr., Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Travis Hunter, and Johnny Wilson. All right, and then this is at the tight end position, so that's impressive. He utilizes his tight end to the best of his ability. He's a vertical threat, 6'7", go get the ball every single time. Respect, but Dante Thornton is a dog, and with how he's built on this man, and with how his user uses him, he definitely gonna keep that spot as a top receiver in the league. So, shout out to OG with the Ravens, man. Um, just like a 100-way tie with the best old lineman, because ain't nobody giving up sacks like that. So respect. All right, who leading the league in tackles? Nick Bolton, Anthony Hill Jr., Fred Warner, Jack Campbell, Jeremiah Owusu. These guys are leading the way in tackles. Got tackles for loss. Will Anderson not playing. Miles Garrett, Daniel Hunter, Derek Hall, Harold Landry. Top five guys in tackles for loss. Got Aiden Hutchinson, Will Anderson Jr., Derek Hall, Brian Burns, Greg Rosso. Leading the way in sacks. These two in a tie right now, but the thing that puts William Anderson above Aiden Hutchinson is the tackles for loss. That's big. That's negative yardage for the offense that he's contributing to the defense. So that's definitely gonna put him over Aiden Hutchinson every single time, no doubt. Um, again, you got Tariq Woolen leading the league. Well, he's tied in interceptions with Devin Lloyd, which is impressive for a linebacker. I'm not gonna hold you. That's very impressive. You got Tariq Woolen, Devin Lloyd, AJ Terrell Jr., Cordell Flott, and Kevin Winston Jr. So we gonna see how this league come out, man. We definitely gonna see how this league, play out coming into the playoffs, man. I'm taking shit to the crib. You got Jalen Lane, Nicholas Singleton, Deion Burks, Rashid Shaheed, and Tyron Montgomery. All right. So mind you, ain't too many people taking shit to the crib like that, but much respect to the guys that have. You know what I'm saying? So definitely doing that in the kick return department. There's only two guys that return punt returns this season. All right. There's Jameer Dyke and Cavante Turpin. All right. So that's it for the statistics. I'm not really missing anything right now. I appreciate you guys for tuning in to the podcast, man. We definitely gonna be doing this a lot more often. More than likely every Tuesday, I'll give an hour of my time to the league to do the podcast and do a weekly update on what's going on and how we gonna be moving. Now again, after this season, it would be our last season for this disc. Well, no, it won't be our last season for this disc. We will be rebooting, and then when we reboot, the reboot would carry us into the next Mad, and then we gonna pick back up from there. I don't know if folks gonna get the game right away or they gonna allow Madden to fix their bugs and mistakes before we actually get a good league going, which I think should be the smartest thing for us to do. Is to wait for Madden to, fix the bugs, fix anything, the glitches or whatever the case may be before we just get a league going and get it off the ground. That's what I think. All right. So, I'm gonna do it quick weekly recap, and then we gonna end the pod, man. So we definitely gonna do some great things in the near future. Y'all boys just bear with me. All right. So stay tuned. Enjoy the highlights, fam.
Halfway home. Hi, everyone. Scott Hansen here, and this is your EA Sports Weekly Recap for week number 9. Some big games to get to. We start in Buffalo. The Bills at home to take on the New York Jets. And it's the Buffalo defense coming up with the big play. The ball's out. It's scooped up, and they're going to return it for the touchdown. A turnover in their
I
own end
can't
of the
come in there
field for a
just
score
drop the
for the
ball like
D.
that. Just drop
The
it.
Bills just keep on rolling. They are
See what I'm
now
saying? That
8
defense
and
win
0 as
championship.
they get
Oh,
the
this is a
win.
70-piece game right here.
From there, why don't we go out to the space city of
It's a
Houston,
70-piece
looking
game
in
right
on the
here. Jonathan
Texans
Taylor
as they host the
gone.
Indianapolis Colts. One more to tell you about real quick. It's up in Minneapolis. It's the Vikings taking on the Detroit Lions.
I
And
hate the
this
lighting in
is
that stadium,
J.J.
man.
McCarthy. He threw for more than 400 yards, including this strike here, one of his 4 touchdown passes. The Vikings get it done within the division as they come away with the victory. So that'll do it for us and for the first half of the NFL's regular season. It's going fast. Until next week, Scott Hansen saying goodnight from Orlando.
All right, fellas, that's the end of the podcast, man. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Till next time, fellas. Fuck with y'all. Peace.